Hey everyone, welcome to my desk. In this video, I want to show you 16 of my favorite must-have desk accessories. And these have a wide range from very productive to a lot more fun and lively. And so no matter who you are or what you use your desk for, there should be something on this list that is going to be great for you, whether using your desk for gaming, for work and productivity, or just online shopping and paying bills at home. Now, I've tested hundreds of desk accessories. These are the ones that I love and use on a daily basis. Quick disclosure, I purchased most of these with my own money. There are a couple that were sent to me from brands. That doesn't impact my opinion, but there is one that I actually made myself. I'll show you guys that later on. It's pretty cool. And there is one sponsored segment we'll talk about later in the video, which is the actual desk itself. It's a Vernal standing desk with this nice walnut wood. And like I said, I'll talk more about that later. So getting into the first one on this list, this is something that I was searching for so long, and it is an absolute game changer for wire management for me. So this is a 12-in-1 charging dock. And the big thing here is that on the front, you've got 4 USB Type-C cables that are retractable. So I pull them out to charge my phone, charge my earbuds. Like, I'm a tech reviewer. I've got a lot of products I'm charging, but I don't want to have a ton of USB Type-C cables lying around all the time. So when you're done, you just pull it, it snaps back, magnetically sticks on the front, and it's just a nice, neat, organized way to set this up. But if you have something that doesn't plug in by USB-C, but maybe the other end is USB-C, for example, maybe it's going to be a watch charger, there's 4 USB Type-C ports on the front. And on the back, you've got 3-prong outlets that you can use to plug in your monitors, or basically my whole desk is running just on this. And there's a button on the top to turn it on and off so that when you're not using this, when you can just turn off your entire desk with one button. And this one, I'm going to try to pronounce the name. It is the Gitritian Desktop 12-in-1. I'm going to have a link to everything in the description down below. I don't know why they chose this name, by the way, but if you want to check out any of the products, links will be down there. They help out the channel and they cost you nothing extra. Moving on to number 2 then, this is something that is less productive and just way cooler to have on a desk. This is a levitating plant pot. I found this on Amazon for like 55 bucks. Definitely kind of expensive, but this thing I think looks so cool. It floats, it kind of just spins slowly. I have a little rose plant in here, but you don't need to have a plant at all. You could put like SD cards or coins or keys or whatever in if you want just a little levitating thing. Honestly, just such a cool thing to have on a desk though. Moving on to number 3 then, back to something that is definitely more productive. This is the Stream Deck Mini. I've been using a regular Stream Deck for a while. Let me turn my computer back on. I've been using a Stream Deck for a while, but I wanted something smaller. So the Stream Deck Mini is also only like 50 or 60 bucks. And it is probably the best $50 or $60 I spent on my desk. You've got customizable buttons that you can use to open applications or do different things within applications or open websites. Really, honestly, endless customization on this. So I have it set up for like using different applications while I'm editing, but you can have different panels, different sets of 6 buttons and cycle through them based on, all right, I'm gaming right now, I'm working right now, or whatever. Also, like I said, this is customizable and the display behind each button can be changed to whatever icons you want. So I've got like YouTube on here, I've got Adobe. It does a really good job of identifying them automatically, but in the app, you can customize that as well. So that's a Stream Deck Mini. I have it sitting on my desk. I've seen people mount it under their desk. It's a pretty awesome little device. Something that's kind of halfway between productive and interesting. This is the Fosse audio volume knob. This is another thing I bought on Amazon for like, I think $45, and it allows me to just control the volume. It's connected by Bluetooth. It looks really cool. It's got a play pause button on one side. It's got this kind of matte aluminum finish, feels very premium, and it just has a nice spin to it. It's really fun to control your volume with an actual physical knob instead of reaching up and doing it on your keyboard or something like that. Honestly, not necessary at all, but I think it's just such a cool thing to have that if it's in your budget, I'd recommend it. Shifting back to something way more productive, if you use a laptop, a lot of modern laptops don't have a lot of ports, and I recommend getting a good docking station. The one I use is the CalDigit TS4. I've tested so many docking stations that are just absolute garbage. This one, I plug into the wall so it charges my laptop. It also gives me like multiple high definition monitors. These are 2 4K monitors right now. I plug in multiple hard drives. You can plug in SD cards, audio output, pretty much anything you'd want. Anything I throw at this, it never skips a beat. It never slows down. And just like, look at it. It's solid aluminum. It looks like a Mac Mini, but with more heat sinks. Like, this thing is meant for battle. It's ready to go. And honestly, with a laptop, I could not function at a high level without having this, so I could plug multiple things in. Highly recommended. Definitely really expensive though. I think it was like $200 or $300. But again, this is something that if you're really trying to be productive, it could be worth it to have those higher transfer speeds as opposed to those little like $40 junk dongles. And then of course we get into my desk. So this portion of the video is sponsored by Vernal. As you've seen throughout this video so far, honestly, the star of the show is of course the high quality desk. You got to have a good desk. This is a solid walnut desktop. It's larger than many other standing desks, which I really like, so it's a little bit wider here. And as someone who spends a lot of time at my desk, I absolutely need a sit-stand desk. So it's nice when you're working to be able to stand up. There's 3 customizable presets on the keypad here, so I can easily go from sitting to standing while still having a surprisingly sturdy desk. Like this thing doesn't wobble or move at all. And I tend to lean on my desk a lot when I'm standing, so it's nice that it's pretty sturdy. And I guess that actually kind of makes sense. The weight capacity is like 350 pounds or 160 kilograms. And so I opted for the wire management kit as well. So although I have a million wires on the back, they're mostly well organized. Don't judge me if I didn't do the best job on this. It's a work in progress, but Vernal does a good job of making it easy to manage your wires. I opted for the monitor arms on the back to hold my monitor up above here. And honestly, assembly was pretty easy. All the screws were ready to go. I didn't have to do any drilling. I also opted to get this cool desk shelf as well. And I even got a matching filing cabinet on the other side. So as somebody who, I've been using standing desks for about 10 years now. I built my first one out of wood, and this thing is just so much better. Being able to move up and down, solid walnut. It looks really nice. It feels good. And it's just like, it gives you such a nice organized and ergonomic space. So thanks again to Vernal for sponsoring this portion of the video. I have a link in the description down below if you're interested in buying this or customizing or just checking out the designs. You can go down there, you can buy it, and you can use code YTMO for 6% off. All right, now I forget what number we're on in this list, but of course, if you have a nice looking like walnut finished desk like this, you need to have a good keyboard and mouse pad. And so I opted for none other than the Harbour London black leather mouse pad. This thing just looks really nice. Having leather on your desk just automatically makes it feel so much more premium, and it really does a pretty good job holding up. I've had this for a couple years now, and it cleans really well. I feel like I don't need to replace it anytime soon. So 2 more productive ones before getting into some fun and interesting desk accessories. These are my mouse and keyboard. A lot of people wonder what keyboard I use, and I love mechanical clicky keyboards, don't get me wrong, but I actually talked to somebody and they really recommended this one. I've been using it for about 4 years now, and this is an ergonomic keyboard from Logitech. This is the Logitech Ergo K860. It feels really nice. It's weird at first, trust me. It's super weird to adjust to this, but once you do, I could never go back. I could use this all day, and like pronating your wrist is actually really bad for your wrist on a regular keyboard. I totally get it though. If you guys like that style way better and you can type faster, by all means do it. But I would recommend trying an Ergo keyboard for at least a month or 2, and I actually really like it. And then for the mouse, I use the Logitech M575. Having the ball on the side so you can use your thumb for that is actually really fast and effective, especially when you have 3 monitors set up here. This is like the fastest way for me to move across. Now, not everyone's going to enjoy this, but again, super ergonomic and actually really productive. But getting back to something way more fun, this is one that I made. This is, of course, my Doodlebob pencil holder. If you're going to have a pen or a pencil on your desk, like you got to have a good way to hold it. And what better way than Doodlebob? I 3D printed this. You could just find the design on like Thingiverse, for example. And I used, I think this was a Bamboo Lab X1C is the printer I used for this one. And it did a really good job. If you don't have a 3D printer though, don't worry. You can always buy these, I think, on Amazon or eBay. I'm sure lots of people are printing them and selling them on eBay. And look at that. Another one, this is kind of like a bit of a nerdy one. Not everyone's going to like this, and it's definitely like really early adopter phase, but this is a little device from Holoneo. It's a hologram, and you can have it show like the weather or the time or just a spinning globe. It's kind of a cool little hologram on your desk. You can manage it by swiping left and right. This one was sent to me from the company. It's a Kickstarter. I don't even know if it's really available just yet. They might be a prototype. So it's a little bit buggy early on, but I thought it was kind of a cool desk accessory, and I thought, might as well include it in this video. The downside of it is if you have something like the spinning globe, it's in the media category on here, and sometimes it'll like spin for, I don't know, whatever the length of their little video is, and then it just awkwardly like flashes and resets it. You can also get, I think, ChatGPT integration on here. I didn't set that up. It's just such an early device that, I don't know, cool. I thought I'd recommend it, but not everyone needs to get it. Something that I would highly recommend, and let me unplug it so I can show you guys. I'll show you B-roll as well. This is a macro keyboard. This one is a collab between Framer, like the company that you can make a website with. They sponsored a video a long time ago, and they sent me this. It's a collab between Framer and Work Louder. There's a lot of macro keyboards out there. This is one I've been really digging lately, And you can set up the keyboard for whatever you're doing. So I have this set up right now for editing videos. So I've got buttons that customize to like cut forward or back or fast forward, do different things that are normal hotkeys I would use a lot when editing. And you can have multiple commands in one. So like Control Z, for example, could just be one button on here instead of hitting two buttons at once. You can have as many buttons as you want and just kind of record the command on your keyboard. It'll save it to one button on here. It's got a dial on the top left. It's got a little kind of joystick on the top right with I think like 6 or 8 different commands you can go to on that one. And on the bottom left is a little Framer logo there. It's a capacitive touch button. So when you tap that, it'll cycle through the different keypad setups you have. I usually just leave it on one. And yeah, it's a pretty cool little device. Also RGB lights just kind of look cool on a desk, but yeah, macro keyboard, highly recommend. Oh, and the knob on there is also a little redundant. That's a volume knob, and I already have a volume knob here, so now I have 2 volume knobs, but maybe I'll customize that later. And another must-have for your desk setup, I tested a lot of premium headphones. My favorites lately are the 2nd gen Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra headphones for my desk. One, because they do a great job of blocking out sound. And I've got some pretty loud neighbors here, so it's nice to focus and work. They also have the softest ear cushions ever. Like, it's so comfortable to wear these all day. And they do a really good job of automatically turning on when you put them on your head and turning off when you take them off your head. They connect to multiple devices, so my laptop and my phone. And if you ever need to plug them in for wired audio, you can now do that with the 2nd gen here, USB Type-C cable for higher resolution audio, and like you can charge them while you listen at the same time. It's kind of a big benefit. I'm gonna make a full review of these. I've been wearing them for like 2 months now. So if you wanna see that video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. So let's move on to the next one on this list. So you can see behind me, this is my laptop stand. It's adjustable, it's an adjustable riser. It's made of aluminum. I think this one's called Minder. I bought it on Amazon, but you can find a ton of other ones on Amazon. I don't even know if this one is made anymore, but having a laptop riser is so nice because it makes the laptop screen on the same level as my other monitors, which just makes it easier when you're actually using your laptop as a third display on your desk. Additionally, if you wanted to take this traveling, it's nice to have your laptop a little higher when you're working, so you're not like cranking your neck down so bad. And yeah, it kind of gives me a little more desk real estate, kind of cleans up my desk a little more as well. So I think we have 2 more items on this list. One is of course going to be my monitor. Monitors, some people go for cheap ones, so some people go for big curved ones. I've used so many different ones. The one that I really like that's a good balance of cost, but also really good quality, are the Asus ProArt displays. The color looks really good on them. They're 4K, pretty good refresh rate on them as well. And as somebody who's doing a lot of photo and video editing and just like reviewing videos and stuff like that, you can see they look really good. So I like using these. I have 2 of them. They're identical, and they're just really solid. And then last but not least, a little bonus one here, number 17. I really recommend having a good iPad and iPad stand if you're in the Apple ecosystem, or for Windows and Android ecosystem, consider getting a Galaxy Tab or a OnePlus Pad. Just as a nice way to have an extra screen that you can use to, use a pen on and actually write. I use an iPad because my MacBook is really able to use it as an extra monitor, or you can leave it on iPad OS and just drag your mouse over and manage things very easily. So those are my list of, I guess, 17 of my favorite desk accessories. Let me know in the comments down below which one you like best, or what I didn't mention that you use on your desk every single day. Thanks for watching, and thanks again to Vernal for sponsoring this video. Again, the link to everything is in the description down below.